They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. What a matchup we have in store. It's still early in the season, but this is a major test for a couple of squads who've gotten out of the gate undefeated. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team recharged after a much-needed bye week, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. The fans are ready for this one. The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. On the ground, it's Beebe. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC, SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, there's the trust this quarterback has in his guy, right? He knows he's going to give him an opportunity in critical down and distances. Third down, find your best matchup because you know he can make the catch, he can get his feet in bounds, and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Tigers are on the move. He's looking to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Bishop.
Well, the drag route's put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
Still some work to do after that last completion. It's second down. On the move, he fires. Finds a man on the left. No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. And the defense got it.
These wide receivers are so fast nowadays. They're such big playmakers. I just want to get it to them and let them make it happen. But a lot of times, we're running to them, too. We're focused on chasing him down and funneling the football in the right direction. Defense swarm did a good job getting their hand on the football, causing the fumble from the wide receiver.
First down here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the right. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. He's going to pass. Finds his tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
It was a really nice play there. The thing I like about this guy, too, his versatility. He's not just good running the ball, but he can catch and he can block. And you think about all the greats they've had at the position in recent years. Versatility at the running back position, being an every down back. And that's exactly what this guy embodies.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Now on second down. Back to pass, it's O'Donnell. Right on target this time. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. You don't have to make things complicated. You see zone, you throw the hitch, you pick up some positive yardage.
Yes, Reese, that's easy when my guy's really fast and quick. Those guys in the slot, get it to them after the catch is their specialty, can make some magic happen.
Picked off. Got room on the return. At the 30. 10. Touchdown, Tigers! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
That makes the score LSU 7, Clemson 0.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Cummings. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback. He makes a sure tackle. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to get it through the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grab near the marker. It's Cummings. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these third downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and a flow. Nice job reading the defense. Beautiful pass.
That's caught. It's McDowell. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Finds his man. It's Williams. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Quick completion to the right. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point is good. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Off the play fake. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's complete to the right. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Wants to throw on first down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Let's see if they play it conservatively and try to get some of the yardage back on 2nd and long from the 13. Using his legs, it's McDowell. Open space at the 25. All kinds of running room. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied at 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The give out of the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
3rd down coming up.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Looking downfield, it's O'Donnell trying to get to him. It's complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Got it behind the line. It's Cummings. Touchdown, Tigers! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide out in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Looking down the middle. And that pass is intercepted. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Tackle is made after a pickup of 6 down to the 19-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
To the air, it's O'Donnell. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it fell incomplete because he did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket. Yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it. Can't throw the football. Can't follow through with his arm motion. Nice job by the defense.
That's caught. It's McDowell. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Fires to the big fella. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play on. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Herc Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense at Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that too.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. He'll try to do it himself. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Shoots it to the left. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Oh, man. The quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked up.
This could be a major turning point in this game, going for it inside their own 40. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab well past the sticks. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, LSU made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. On to attempt to try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Cincinnati has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Nippert Stadium. They're up by 11 over the Coyotes. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
On the run, it's McDowell. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. It'll be third and short from their own 33. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And the Tigers get the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdowns.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Handoff to the lone back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll do it himself. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score.
LSU 14.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Unloads it left. Makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking to move it through the air. Pressure coming. He's going to fire deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. Zings it complete to the right. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top on first down. He makes a catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Where he's just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. The field goal is no good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to throw, it's O'Donnell. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
That tight ends used to line up on the ball and block or release for a couple different routes. Now, you're putting them out wide. You're putting them like this right here in the slot. You're asking them to run corner routes in man-to-man coverage and go win. The tight end position has evolved big time over the years.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
The give to the back. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Off the play fake on first down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
It's second down.
After the misfire, now on second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On second down, he'll let it fly. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Every journey begins with a step. This offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Wow, that quarterback is lucky there. If you're going to take a chance like that on third down in your end of the field, you better be right, because that should have been picked and returned for a touchdown. This offense is lucky now they're getting a chance to punt this ball away.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out, where are my playmakers? Who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave?
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Turns it on in midfield. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. He makes the connection. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Touchdown, Clemson! And the punishment has been extended. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
A strike downfield. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15.
And a nice job separating by the slot receiver on that in route. Man-to-man coverage, he put his foot in the ground and created a little bit of separation, and that made that play work.
He's got an open man. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And they're not on the same page there.
It leads to second down.
And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. He's going to let it go. And he's got it inside the 10. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. LSU right back to the line. The corners are walked up tight. With the run on first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown LSU! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
LSU 20.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards, added up for a first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Back to throw, it's O'Donnell. Finds his target down the middle. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Clemson 38, LSU 20.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Easy. They'll use the running game on first and goal. Touchdown, Clemson! And the pummeling has started. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. He's got his man, makes the grab, and sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you, keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Dumps it to the back. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Fires to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Line getting set on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's going for a big play downfield. Ball in the air, intercepted. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve his field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Hands it off. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Fast motion from the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's off to the races. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they...
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And he added the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Louisiana came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact, this wasn't ever really in question. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Quarterback on the keeper.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. The problem is these guys are such good athletes. They're so hard to catch once they do pull the football, but it's kind of like the hidden hat trick. You know, where's the ball? It's underneath this one. No, I picked this one up. No, it's gone. It's underneath this one. Nope, there it is. It's gone.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. The give from the gun. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll try the run. All by himself down the middle. Here comes Clemson with another 1st down. And they take a knee on 4th down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The defense still has a couple of timeouts at its disposal, but down a couple of possessions, the offense will take a knee. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen here.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
That's going to do it for us.